I found yet another 2025 Ford F350 King Ranch. Do you guys notice anything different about this one? I'll go over it here in a second. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. This truck is available for sale. Be sure to ask for Diego. Let's go and check out the window stickers so you guys see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description with the colors, anti-matter blue. And then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Now this one doesn't have as much options, but high outputs there, 355 locker, also chrome package, vehicle safe, rapid heat, engine block heater, pro power, fifth wheel prep, clearance lights, twin panel upfitter switches. Destination comes in at $19.95. You guys see the base price there? Total price is $99,210. Now I asked you guys, did you notice anything different? The biggest difference on this truck compared to the other one is not the color, it's not the long bed, but it's the fact that you have the chrome. So you do not have any two-tone with this one, and that's because if you don't want it, you can delete it. Now here's a fun fact. If you get the glacier gray or the darkened bronze color, you automatically have to get chrome. So if you don't want the chrome, you can't pick those two colors. But on the front end, I had mentioned that they went to the darkened bronze, I believe in 2024 and for 2025 now. Before that, they had the stone gray paint. Is that what it was called? Stone bronze? I can't remember now. I looked it up earlier today and I forgot again. But yes, this color is still the same for that 2023 and earlier pickup, but the darkened bronze has not carried over to the trimming here or on the wheels that are brown. But I do like this truck a little bit better with the chrome. I'm not a big fan of two-tone. I used to be, but I kind of like having just that monochromatic look personally, and I wish that Ford offered that, because I'm willing to bet you there'd be a higher take rate for the King Ranch trucks, especially for that interior. Now on the front end, they do give you the reflective style headlights, all LED, including the fog lights down below. And you guys see all the chrome? Yep, a lot of chrome. Front parking sensors are there. You got that chrome front grille, and they do provide a camera right there. They do stamp Super Duty in the hood. And off to the side, you guys see the suspension. You have a solid front axle. And then they do give you that fabric material for the liner. And here's your Bridgestone Dueler tires. These are the all-terrains, 265/65, 20-inch wheel. I do like this design better, and the tire capacity, 3,750 pounds at 80 psi cold. And then here's the other side of that suspension too. You can see that radius arm down below. And there's your King Ranch badge. You do get a lot more chrome on this truck, so you get this in chrome, the door handles in chrome. Let's go ahead and step back too, so you guys can see the whole truck. Now with the long bed, when you have the steps on the side of the bed, I personally like the design a lot better, personally. For some people, they just hate these steps. I've even heard of people actually doing something aftermarket to where they take them off, and I don't know why you would do that. I think it makes it more rugged personally, but hey, to each his own, right? Now when you step up closer, you guys see you have the power to pull running boards. I put them back up. They do drop back down when you have the key on you. Now because this is a long bed, you do get that 48-gallon fuel tank, but you cannot skip the FX4 package because it does give you some protection for that big old fuel tank. And I strongly recommend on long bed trucks, get the skid plate. It's not for going off-road only. But yeah, here's where we're gonna fill it back for the diesel. You have a 7.4 gallon DEF. And I do like the way they styled this step because it's easy to wash it out. On GMs, you basically have to wash it to the side because the mud will come back and splash on you. So I do like what Ford did there. Out back, they do provide a liner, standard. And you can see that fifth wheel prep package bolted in right there. You have 4 leaves in the main pack, and then you have that overload since it's a 1-ton. And then out back, they still don't give you full LED taillights. This is one of the highest trims. Those cheapskates at Ford, I don't know why they don't do it, but it is what it is. You have that king wrench applique. Also, they do provide a LED strip here. Does anyone know why they do this LED strip here? Maybe I'll tell you in a second, but right here, you have your 7 4-pin class 5 hitch and incandescent bulbs here. You have an 18-inch wheel below for your spare, but they do give you a matching tire. 355 locker, as you guys saw. And let's go ahead and put this down. This is powered. You have the step right there, and they provide a 7-pin plug, excuse me, and 12-way plug right there for camera or anything like that. The temperature is dropping, so I'm starting to shiver a little bit, so if you notice my voice cracking, that's why. This is now an option that was standard last year and for 2023. And if you want to put this up, it's easy. Just tap it with your knee. That's it. I have to point out, they do give you chrome here with this package, but you just get the stainless steel ones without the chrome add. For 2025, there's no updates for the powertrain. The good news is there's no need, because even Ram's newest Cummins is still way behind on horsepower and torque compared to this high output. 500 horsepower, 1200 pound-feet of torque, and it's overbuilt compacted graphite iron for the block still. They don't seem to have any problems with it either. Ram did run into some issues, which is why they went back to the cast iron block for that 2025 model year Ram HD. GM uses cast iron too, but one thing about this engine, the high output, they do lower the compression on this one, and they do probably have some of the best cooling in the segment with this, because you have cooling on that turbocharger as well. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. The one thing I would like to see on the King Ranch, and this is just me being picky, is a lighter color King Ranch interior. So I do like this one for sure, 100%. But if you live in hotter climates, it would be nice to have a tan, like a light tan color interior. That way in the summertime it does cool off a little bit better, right? Just my humble opinion. But this is all brown. Like the roof up top is, the trimming down here, all this is all brown. I like that they do that, because most manufacturers would just give you black. You know, hey, they'll give you the nice color seats, but then everything else will be black, because it just goes well together, and it just saves them money not having to have all these different pieces. Like even right here, like this is the only trim piece in the segment, and it's just for this King Ranch edition. That's it. So yeah, it just makes things cheaper. I like the design of this too, by the way. They do provide a King Ranch badge right there. And all this is soft touch leather up top. You can see some of that brown piping and stitching. Your real wood trimmings right here. You can kind of feel it, like how porous it is. They still provide the contour seats, perforated leather, tilt headrests. And they give you this chrome around here, King Ranch badge. They still provide the power steering column, power pedals, and then here are your floor mats. I think they gave you brown carpet in 2023, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think they did. Let's go and check out the passenger side. On the dash, soft touch. Now something they did change, I didn't point this out in the last video. They do have the black speaker grills on the roof. There's that ranch. And your cover is all finished in wood with that logo. And here's another truck without that camper package. If I do buy another Ford truck, or I never bought one, I ordered one. If I order another Ford truck, I will get that camper package, because hey, it's just a nice extra to have for resale value, because most trucks I see don't have it. Leather trimming on the side with some open storage. And you know, I see that these are, you know, 12-way seats over there, but this is not a 12-way seat, because they don't allow you to adjust right here. I thought they did on the King Ranch, but man, I've been wrong here. I gotta start checking that. Out back, there's your door. A little bit of wood. And your seat backs. Outboard heated seats, 2 Type-C USBs, 120 volt power plug. They took away the 12 volt back here. 60/40 bench. And they still provide the armrests. You see the defrost, power sliding glass. And there's your brown roof with that twin panel. Even the curtain here is brown. They could have made that black if they wanted to, right? You still have that collapsible storage just below. And I would recommend too not deleting your floor mats. Sometimes if you order all-weather floor mats from the factory on your build, they'll delete these. And I prefer to have both, because you can use these in the summertime and then switch over to the all-weather ones in the wintertime. Here's the steering wheel. Nice wood trimming right there. And here's some of your controls. You have your 12-inch display. Heads-up display. Shows you the time, temperature, and your speed. A little bit of storage up there. Exhaust brake is right there. They did restyle this too. And they put some of your buttons down below. The only button missing here is your, what is it, downhill assist? I want to say that's what was up here alongside of that button. You do have a dual stage. They call it engine brake, but I call it exhaust brake. And they did get better for 2023. You have your trailer brake there. Locker can be enabled by pushing this button. 5 drive modes. You have eco, tow haul, normal, slippery, off-road. Whenever I get in this truck, I always put it on to eco. 360 camera. Also, you have that bed view right there. I made a comment that the cameras got better. Maybe the backup camera did, because the one above the bed did not. It seems a little fuzzy still. Here's all your controls for your climate. So you have dual, you have all your seat controls right there for the temperature and heated steering wheel. Wireless charger, 2 USBs. And then here is your cover, still finished in that wood. Now let's go ahead and look up top. I'm a little bummed that they made auxiliary switches an option for 2025. This used to be standard equipment on the higher trim levels. So if someone didn't know that, or if you go to a dealership where they don't check these things, you could order your truck without that. I would never buy a Ford truck without this. Kind of like clearance lights for me. I mean, even though I'm not going to probably use them, it's just nice to have, because you already have dual battery if you get the Pro Power, or whatever you call it, in the bed. So why not just have this too, just so you can have, you know, extra accessory if you want to add a light bar or something like that. On the roof too, you have your home link. And if you want, you can open the cover for that twin panel. It does stop once there, and you can go ahead and slide it back the rest of the way. And this is the only HD in a segment with a twin panel. I mean, I don't understand why the others have not done that yet, but hey, they have their reasons, I guess. Now, in the last video I showed you guys, and I probably triggered a few people because I showed my gun, but I'm not gonna do it now because I don't feel like taking it out of the holster. So you do have this guy, and you have 2 Type-C USBs in this area. Some people will take this, for example, you don't really even need it anymore, but you could put it right in here if you don't really plan on using that top storage for anything. And that way you can just have this for whatever you need it for. Or you can just put it inside the house, either way. You have the key code for that too. But yes, this truck is super nice. I think that if I were in the market, maybe as I get older, maybe I would just get one of these and just get the chrome package. But yeah, I do like what you get with this truck here. I always show this just because it's something I like to see anyways. And hopefully GM catches on to this, because they're the only truck in the market that doesn't give you a layout of all your temperatures, your diesel measurements, like your turbo boost. This is all good stuff that you would like to see, especially on a big pickup truck like this when you're towing 20,000 pounds, 110 degrees outside. Now, I will pick on them all and say your exhaust gas temps, that's probably the most important thing to see, and no one shows that. But yes, this is a nice truck. I think that for the money, it's 100 grand. Yes, it's expensive, but you have to understand these trucks do bring things that we have not seen in the last decade. Let's go and check out the payload. Here are the numbers on the door. Gross axle weight rating out front, come on, focus for me, there it is. It's 5,600 pounds. The rear is 7,230 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating went from 12,000 pounds on the standard bed to 12,400 pounds for the long bed. So there's two reasons why they do that, and I'll explain it here in a second. But yeah, your wheel's 20 by 8 wide, and then here's your payload, 4,045 pounds, 60 psi for the front tires, 80 in the rear. The reason why they add an additional 400 pounds, number one, obviously the longer bed is going to add more weight to the truck, but number two, you have a larger fuel tank. Now obviously with the longer wheelbase, this truck can actually handle more trailer too, so that's why they give you that extra capacity. So if this truck was in standard bed form, if you didn't watch my last video, it was like 3,800 pounds of capacity for payload versus 4,000, so you do pick up a little bit of extra payload capacity with this truck. So yeah, if you're planning on towing heavy, why not just get the long bed? I mean, you get better fuel capacity and you just get a little bit more payload in the process. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. See you guys soon.